Brant Kuntz. I race for the national team, along with the Star Track UCI track cycling team. Starting with the Q Factor, it felt like home. I ride road and track bikes most of the time, which are especially narrow in the Q Factor department. And usually when I get on a mountain bike, like I rode my mountain bike last night, you just feel like you're on a beach cruiser because you're out here. And this just felt normal. It felt comfy. Like, yeah, I wouldn't change a thing as far as the Q Factor goes, that's for sure. And narrow as arrow, so can't argue with that. I mean, it definitely feels stable, like off the bat. Like I've only been on it for a few minutes, but even riding super narrow, even riding in crosswinds, even riding over washboards, like there's no question of like wanting to slow down because you're maybe a little timid. Like it encourages that speed. And so I think you just feel comfortable at speed and feel comfortable whatever, at least on roads and gravel but I haven't ridden it on trails yet, but I imagine that it would be a similar feeling, especially in that drop with a wider handlebar. Track bikes are going similar. Track bikes used to be super short, super nimble, super steep head tube, so that it handled very, very twitchy, honestly. Yeah. And even track bikes are going longer wheelbase, narrower bars, just like this. It's obviously faster. That's what the data shows. And then the handling obviously doesn't make that much of a difference. So it's like you get used to whatever you're on.
But my perception so far is like, it's just fast. If I look at people on downhills or something, like turn around and they're just like, oh, where'd they go? Thing just
it's confidence inspiring is what it is. And that's similar with long wheelbase mountain bikes. Like, right, it's all about confidence. I was gonna say the reach to me, as far as a gravel bike goes, it does feel long, but as far as the bikes that I ride to go fast, my road bike, my track bike, it feels normal again. Like it feels like home, like I said. Like it doesn't feel extreme. And I think when you look at this bike or you measure this bike or you hear facts about this bike, you would think it would feel more extreme than it does. It just feels the same. You intentionally took that play out of the stem and the cockpit, went away and put it into the frame. And I would say if that was a test of engineering, it worked.
And you know, last year I had the 200 millimeter long stem.
Yeah.
120 reach in the bars.
Yeah.
I brought the reach back to 100 in the bars. I extended the frame reach by 7 centimeters over the 61 centimeter stock frame I was on last year. Yeah. And my only takeaway is I think I would add 5 more millimeters, even 1 centimeter more frame reach.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I like. Yeah. Shoot.
It doesn't feel extreme enough to where I feel like we're at the limit of what you would want to play with.
I mean, and that's crazy to think of saying, okay, I want a 1,260 centimeter wheelbase bike.
I mean, why not?
But that's where I'm at.
Who has done it? Who could tell you that that's a shitty idea?
I'm at the point now, I'm like, that's where it's at. And when I look at someone like Pogacar crunched up on his bike and something like, dude, if you were on a bike like this, he would just be so locked and loaded.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I've been configuring different options for my road bike of like, how do I want to get the fastest possible setup I can. I don't have a team to sponsor me. I don't have a brand to sponsor me at this point. I have total freedom. And it's like, what do I do to get in the position that I need to get into? Like you see all the Trek guys now, they give their riders total freedom and they're riding 190 mil stems.
Yes.
And they're riding them elevated and they're riding them trying to get in this position that you did in the frame. And the pros are trying to get there with a bike built for the public.
Yeah.
And you just took that idea and turned it into what everyone wants.
And what are your thoughts on the Spico bars?
I mean, they look wild. They look beautiful, I would say. But they feel, for the inserts on the inside, like standing out of the saddle, they feel very secure. They feel like they're the same width as my road drops. And
40,
so, yeah, 40. And so they don't feel too crazy. Like all the positions feel stable. All the positions, they encourage you to get in that aero tuck. And a lot of bikes, you have to force it and you have to like configure your body, especially as a tall guy like me, trying to get that long enough reach. You're constantly playing and sometimes fighting the geometry of the bike and the fit of the bike, even with the extreme stems and the extreme length bars or reach bars. But this bike, it encourages you to get in those smaller positions. The track, everyone is always trying extreme things to the point of like the UCI having to crack down. More, I would say more so than the road, or maybe it's just that I'm at the pinnacle of the track, so that's where I see it, and they're actually doing it on the road, but that you don't see it as much in real life. But my positions on all my bikes have gone so long that, I mean, I've had mechanics and directors on the road like scoff at me when I ask for certain things. If I want to go do this with my saddle, do this with my bars, have a longer stem, have wider tires, and they just scoff at you and they're like, no, this is how everyone does it, just fit in the mold. And it's like the track doesn't have that at all. The track is like, we're going 60K an hour. Your aerodynamic profile is pivotal, which it is on the road too, but I would argue to a lesser extent because it's slower. But the aero profile is key, so you play with everything regarding sustainability, regarding aerodynamic profile, regarding width, regarding length, regarding literally everything. This one's for sure lower, but it's obviously,
It's pretty close. I mean,
yeah. It's a little bit longer, which is why that doesn't feel extreme at all to me.
That's right.
But
yeah, like if we line the hoods up,
yeah,
the saddle's what? It's a centimeter back?
might even be the same. No, it's hard to tell. But yeah, it's not that different.
And it's pretty close. So you built a gravel track bike. I mean, tracks across. As soon as you fell into position on this, it looks like he's on this track.
Right.
Like I've seen.
Exactly. That's what it felt like. And that's, I mean, you got that, and then this is replicating my pursuit position, which is obviously a completely different configuration, but sure. Yeah, a lot of times you're kind of trying to get in this position on that bike is effectively what you're trying to do. Like,
And I mean, like if we were to go saddle to saddle here,
the cups are right where,
the cups are about
and
here.
the hands are the same,
The forearm's supposed.
just about. It's like,
That's cool.
the more once you get in the position on here that you know is extremely fast, wind tunnel confirmed, you replicate that on every bike you can and hold that, a variation of it that's sustainable. And that's what this height and this length allows you to do. Obviously, all functional via the saddle. Like, truly.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, I kind of
a piece of the puzzle.
being able to sit upright and slam on, a power, which is what we'd see somebody running on a bike like this. Or they'd be on the Ergon or Bontrager GT7.
Yeah. Trying.
Exactly.
Trying to make it work. But yeah, the hand position is, it's the same.
That's pretty wild, right?
Oh, yeah, it's 10 mil lower. But once your hands are
Yeah.
here,
It's more or less just replicating it.